Welcome to Release to Results, our A Course in Miracles series, going through the workbook of A Course in Miracles and applying the letting go technique to every lesson. Today we're on lesson 119, Truth Will Correct All Errors in My Mind, reviewing lesson 107, and lesson 108, To Give and Receive Are One in Truth. And what are we giving? And what are we receiving? What are we holding in mind? What are we believing? So truth will correct all errors in my mind. Any illusions that I'm holding, bringing them to the truth, that they may dissolve and I may be ever present in my beingness and free. And to give and receive are one in truth. The word forgive, to give up desire or power to punish. So can I give up my desire or my power to punish someone or myself? And that's what it's saying here. To give and receive are one in truth. So when I give up my desire to punish someone someone seemingly other than me, when I give up that desire to punish them, I'm also giving up the desire to punish myself. And so to give and receive are one in truth. I will forgive all things today. So I will give up all desire to punish today. And that I may learn to accept the truth in me and come to recognize my sinlessness. So any errors or any illusions, the focus today on errors and illusions is, in truth will correct all errors in my mind, is this idea that I could be hurt in any way. And it says here, I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am God's son whose self rests safely in the mind of God. So we'll do some releasing on ideas, illusions that we could be harmed. And there could be some resistance to this because I'm identified as a body. And so it does seem like that body could be harmed. What it's asking here is to identify as the Son of God, who is eternally safe in God, and release the mistaken illusion that you could be hurt in any way. And what we find in releasing is the energy of fear that's going on there does tend to draw towards us exactly those situations which might be perceived harmful. So it's safer for the body to be free of this frequency of fear so those kinds of things don't show up. So could you release the illusions, the mistakes, the errors in the mind and have a different experience? And then could you give and receive to yourself forgiveness, a relinquishing of the desire to punish others, and therefore relinquishing of the desire to punish yourself, recognizing your sinlessness as you recognize it in others. As you give others sinlessness, you give it to yourself. So let's begin releasing. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. I am merely mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am God's son, whose self rests safely in the mind of God. So just where do I think I can be hurt? Well, especially if I believe I'm this body, it might seem like I can be hurt because the body might be able to be hurt. So just notice anything that comes up for you, any illusion that you could be hurt. And there could even be a tremendous amount of resistance to this idea that you couldn't be hurt. So just notice what comes up for you. And could you allow that feeling behind the perception, the illusion that you could be hurt? And could you notice that more? Open up. And could you let go of that fear or trying to protect yourself? That illusion that you could be hurt in any way? Would you let go of this energy behind the illusion that you could be hurt in any way? When could you let go and rest safely in God? Truth correcting all errors in your mind. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. And I'm mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am God's Son, whose self rests safely in the mind of God. Though it doesn't mean that I haven't had an illusion, had some erroneous thinking, or been mistaken. It did seem like I could be hurt. And you might just notice what it seems like you are available to be hurt by. Are you available to be hurt by something? Does it seem like something can hurt you? And that's okay. Without judging it, making right or wrong of it, could you simply notice the feeling behind the perception, the imagination that you could be hurt? Could you open up and welcome this feeling, this energy? And could you release that energy and the illusion that you could be hurt in that way? Would you release this energy that's been transmitting into the world and correct the error in your mind? When could you release and rest safely in the mind of God as God's Son? Nothing able to harm you in any way. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am God's Son, whose self rests safely in the mind of God. Now, identifying as God's Son, you may truly believe and experience your invulnerability. Though identifying as a limited body, flesh and bone, you may find that it seems like you can be hurt, you can be harmed. And without making wrong of that, could you just notice something it seems like might hurt you? And could you notice how it feels when you hold that error in your mind? Just some energy. Could you let the thoughts drift by and just notice the energy that you've been carrying behind an error in mind? And could you surrender? Just be surrendering this energy, turning it over. Would you surrender this error? You don't have to, by the way. When could you surrender the error of imagination that you could be hurt? in any way. And allow truth to correct all errors in your mind. And one of these errors, as has been suggested in the Course, is to identify as separate, to break things up, to divide them down. And so we're given this lesson: to give and to receive are one in truth. To give and to receive are one in truth. I will forgive all things today, that I may learn how to accept the truth in me and come to recognize my sinlessness. And looking at this word forgive, to give up desire or power to punish. Is there anyone, and this might be unconscious, so could you open up the subconscious, the unconscious? Is there anyone you'd like to punish, to give punishment to? And in the Course in Miracles, they say, that's me. So can you notice any wanting to punish yourself? It's okay. You can let it out of the unconscious. Bring it up to the light. And behind that wanting to punish someone or yourself, whether it's them or you, same thing. Could you notice how that feels? Would you check out this energy, this darkness that has been hiding, and bring it to light? Just by allowing it, feeling it, noticing it. And could you forgive, give up the desire to punish yourself or someone else? Same thing. Would you forgive, give up the desire to punish? Let that go and recognize sinlessness? When could you forgive, give up the desire to punish, and accept the truth of you, your sinlessness? To give and to receive are one in truth. I will forgive all things today, that I may learn how to accept the truth in me and come to recognize my sinlessness. I will forgive. I will give up desire to punish all things today. All things today. I will forgive. I will give up the desire to punish. So what have I been wanting to punish? Myself? Someone else? Same thing. Whether it's you, whether it's me. What's the difference? It's a desire to punish. And in giving that up, I forgive. So just taking any desire to punish from the unconscious, from the subconscious, it's okay. Without stacking guilt on it, could you just notice some desire to punish someone or yourself? And could you begin to give up that desire just by feeling it, letting it up, letting it move? There can even be a desire to punish for having this desire to punish. Could you be giving up that, forgiving that? Alleviation of guilt through giving up a desire to punish. Could you just be giving it up? Letting that feeling go. Would you let it go and forgive you, them? What's the difference? When could you let go and experience giving and receiving? To give and to receive are one in truth. I will forgive all things today, that I may learn how to accept the truth in me and come to recognize my sinlessness. And so just taking a look at anywhere where I've held the desire to punish someone else, myself, opening the unconscious, anything that's been stored in the subconscious, no longer hiding it, bringing it to the surface. And could you allow yourself to feel what it feels like to want to punish yourself or someone else? What's the difference? Same feeling. Could you allow that feeling to unstick and move and release? Let it be lightened. Would you release the desire to punish? When could you release and recognize your sinlessness, their sinlessness? What's the difference? And as you come to this oneness, you are me, I am you, correcting these errors in mind of separation, as I come to give and receive at the same time, anything I'm thinking about or feeling about you, I'm feeling about me. What's the difference? I'm feeling it. I'm aware of it. And just starting to gently, compassionately acknowledge these things I've been giving myself that I don't even want and begin to let them go. This is what's available for you in the Course of Miracles. The Course of Miracles will correct all errors in your mind. And when you give yourself the Course in Miracles, give yourself miracles, give others miracles, you receive at the same time. It's a holy function that you are given in this course. You are here because you are needed for the fulfillment of God. You are a perfect part of that. You are God's son. Could you allow the truth of this to correct all errors in your mind and give what you would receive to all that is? Enjoy your holy function today.